Hi, thanks for stopping by. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about the lunar eclipse, which happened last night into this morning, depending on where you live, and the energies. I wanted to do a general sort of weekly weather report, if you will, with the tarot, and also talk a little bit about the energies as they are coming at us. So I did a meditation on this energy, and what I felt, what I saw was two paths. The paths themselves were not what was important. It was not what was really being shown to me as something worth. Not that it wasn't worth exploring, but the energy was around that it's very personal. So this divergent path will be different for each of us, but the message was around choosing with your heart, not your head, following the heart, coming from a place of love despite the chaos going on around us, right? Which it's here. This is the third of this eclipse season, the third and last eclipse of this season. We had a lunar eclipse in Capricorn. And so, you don't always feel the energy of an eclipse right at the moment it happens, certainly, right? We feel this a little bit coming in and on the other side of it. So this is what this week may be bringing, the week of July 6th. But yeah, the message was really clear about following your heart. And I think that this is important because this is a time when following our heart can feel really frivolous right now, right? Because so much is crumbling and so much is uncertain. And so we feel that we want to engage the mind and decide logically, okay, what should I be doing and not doing? There can be a real energy of wanting to hang on tight because things are uncertain and will remain uncertain for quite some time. And so always when things are uncertain, right, we want to hold on to those things in our life, in our environment that feel secure, that feel like we can count on them. Because take a look around and it can feel so much like there isn't really a whole lot we can count on right now or feel stable and secure with. So, Spirit, angels, guides, what medicine do you have for the collective? And again, this will be a collective read. It won't resonate with everyone. It's for the collective. Collective energies for the week of July 6th. What kind of energy will we be dealing with as we come into this week, or things we may want to be mindful of, those things which could be around us that we can make the week easier or a little more challenging, right? Spirits, angels, guides, medicine for the collective for the week of July 6th. I hope your long weekend was enjoyable, if you were lucky enough to have a long weekend. If you celebrate the 4th, I hope that went well. You stayed safe. So energies for the week of July 6th for the collective. Okay. Oh boy. Okay, that's probably too many. Yes. Okay. Energy, spirit, angels, guides. Okay. Okay. It's going to be a bit of a challenging week, I think. First up, we have the Emperor. I've talked about the Emperor quite a bit in other readings. He showed his face quite a bit in the July readings for each zodiac sign. So the Emperor is the energy of Aries, and we have Mars in Aries right now. So this is a very loud and proud sort of energy, bold action. This is ready to take some action, right? But often just to be, in terms of what my meditation was about, the Emperor does not enter into anything heart first, okay? So this might be at odds with wanting to choose a path and enter it heart first. Although if you are able to do that, if you do find within you, and I think given our last card on the table, that might be the case, if you are able and can tap into this ability to be able to lead heart first, or at least begin to initiate that this week, then what the Emperor energy, remember major arcana, what he can be good for is propelling us, giving us the energy to be able to do that. So there's a propelling forward, there's a fire underneath us that allows us to be able to move forward, hopefully heart first. Next card out is the Nine of Wands. There's a bit of fire on the table. Mars in Aries, right? Very fiery energy. But this is the energy of the wounded warrior. This is maybe feeling a little battle wounded as you enter the week. Not uncommon right now. I think so many of us, if we're honest, are feeling battle wounded right now. That this time in our history, this time in our life has required so much of us, and so much of us so much from us that we were not able to tap into naturally. It didn't come natural. This time has been one that is not anything that we were prepared for. And so we've had to kind of really fight maybe external versus internal wishes, desires, right? Maybe from the get-go we wanted to follow our heart, and we had plans for our lives that this current time period has kind of said, nope, not right now. Right now you have to do this, okay? And so following the heart may have felt like a battleground. Yeah, it's kind of what I'm feeling. And then eclipse season came, and that has really stripped away a lot, perhaps, or upset the emotional atmosphere in a way you hadn't quite anticipated. Okay. Next card up, another card of Wands. This is a 5. So 5 is contracted energy. This is a bit of a battle. Again, I think that I sense that what's happening is mind over heart. The battle is being waged internally and externally about how to move forward in this environment. We are restricted in some ways and yet not restricted in others, and yet we're seeing that we're just seeing a lot of battles around going outside again and being around people again, and masks versus no masks, and opening versus not being able to open, and being faced with a lot of challenges that they may not feel like they're coming from the heart, because I don't think they are, or at least we're being challenged in that area, and also things we didn't really see coming. I mean, that can feel, it feels hard. It feels like a battle, because in many ways it has been. Followed by the Four of Cups. So as we enter into the week, there's a pulling back. Okay, so we may not actually understand, or we may be still having some decisions to make around what comes next. Where am I going with this energy? And again, this is a weekly read, so it's not, for all of time. This is for the week. But the week may find you challenged around this heart, cups, emotionality. having 3 full cups here and being offered another that might not quite feel like the cup you're ready for, the cup you want, and that's okay. That's okay. Coming out of all this battle energy, right? It may feel a little inauthentic to suddenly have this cup on offer, this emotional something on offer this week that you may not quite trust, or you may not quite be in a space where you're able to accept it, and that's okay. Okay, the 4s are about resting, pausing, Mercury in retrograde. I don't know, I'm not quite sure yet. I've got my 3 emotional cups that are still here. So I'm going to take a little bit of a pause, followed by another 5. It's going to be a little bit of a difficult week. It feels like the energy of getting clear. 5 of coins, 5 of pentacles is about this feeling of being left out in the cold. So perhaps saying no to a cup feels like a bit of an emotional challenge, because perhaps it is the thought around it is that we may be left out in the cold if we don't say yes to this emotional whatever, this emotional offering. But we're too battle wounded. We've got 2 5s on the table. We've got contracted energy. We're in a cycle. We've got a lunar eclipse in Capricorn. The ground beneath us is shifting and changing. So this week is probably not about making big, decisive moves, even though this guy's here to propel us a little bit forward. So the energy I get, what I sense here is that the week is going to be offering a bit of chaos. Okay, it may feel chaotic. We may feel this energy of take off and go, like, yes, this is your opportunity, go do it. And yet we're too battle wounded. So yes, take off, do this thing that needs to be done here. Yes, go, go, go. The world is opening. Here we go. It's summer. It's time to move on from what's been happening to us. And yet, we're battle wounded. We're wounded warriors. We've been on this path for 4 months, 4 years, whatever it may be. And we're coming to the end of this cycle. And at the end of every cycle, we are always, there's the energy of exhaustion for sure. And contraction. We've been fighting, perhaps externally in our environment, we've been fighting, and we've been having an internal battle around where we're going, what's happening, where are we, where do we stand? And so this week, when this cup comes at us or is on offer for us, we're just not quite ready. We're just not quite ready. And yet there's fear around, if I say no, will I be left out in the cold? How do I move forward? How do I have all this wounded fire energy and yet accept or deal with my own emotionality around what's on offer this week? Last card up, Knight of Cups. Moving heart first. Okay? So the week will, without doubt, offer challenge. It will offer us a choice, right? Like I said in the beginning, my meditation was around making a choice. And it really didn't matter what the choice was or is. What matters, is the way that we approach it. Heart first, which is going to feel difficult. Heart first is not easy in an energy of wounded warrior-ness. It is not easy here. Heart first. Remember your heart. But acknowledge. So with heart energy, we are entitled, we are able, we can tap into how exhausted we really are. Take a pause. This is Mercury retrograde. It's okay to be wounded. It's okay to be tired. It's okay to take a break. Step away from this fighting and take a little bit of a break. Okay, despite the emperor's energy, despite his, Mars in Aries, warrior, war, right? A lot of unsettledness. Okay, so it's okay. Take a step back. So what I want you to know about the Four of Cups, because this may be what you feel coming up. Like, if I say no to this offer, will I be left out in the cold? I want you to know about the Four of Cups, that whatever is intended for you will always find you. Okay? There is no way it cannot find you if it is authentically meant for you. So take the pause. It'll be okay. This might be about needing to say no to something that feels like it may leave you out in the cold. But the message for the week, and I actually believe for the foreseeable future, is about leading with your heart. Take this lunar eclipse time, this transitional time, because this is what it will be, to get clear on what the heart wants, how to move forward in an unstable environment, in a period of uncertainty. Your heart will guide you. The mind will get caught up in storylines. The mind is always ego-based. It has stories, it has things it wants to do, it has a reasoning and logic that can feel okay you can think that it's fine, and yeah, sure, okay, that makes sense. But if it doesn't speak to the heart space, if it isn't coming from a place of love, if you're not advancing from the heart, from a place of love, for what is best for you emotionally, for what is best for you to create emotional balance, put it on pause, okay? Remember, I always say that the nights are movement. They move us from one place to another. And this week, we are going to be moved through the final eclipse energy. Hold to your heart space. Okay? Hold to your heart space. It will be okay. Allow yourself to rest and really get quiet. Do those practices, like I always say, do those practices that help you to get grounded. Do some meditation. Do some grounding exercises this week when it all feels too much. Ground. Each day, check in with your heart space. Where am I going? And know that I'm going to get there by following my heart. Okay? Try to not necessarily resist the emperor, Mars and Aries. We're not going to be able to resist Mars and Aries. Just understand it as an energy around us, okay? So globally, as things begin to, as you see the effects in the world of Mars and Aries, which can feel quite warlike, quite turbulent, okay? You don't need to engage. You don't need to engage. What we all need to do is reacquaint with our heart space, okay? With moving from our heart, from love, okay? So as this week progresses, hang on to your heart. Choose the path of heart-centeredness, okay? Thank you. Have a wonderful week. It may feel quite turbulent, and that's okay. Come back to this video if you need to. Go back to your practices that keep you grounded. Do grounding work, do yoga, do breathing. Inhaling in fully, exhaling fully, letting things go. Doing these, get outside, right? Ground. And check in with your heart space. Okay. Thank you. Have a great week. If you haven't already subscribed, I'd love it if you would. hit the thumbs up button so people can find this content if this is what they're here for. And have a lovely week. Thanks. Bye.